Hey, Spuddies, Potato McWhiskey here. And today, it's a real voice reveal day. You know what? It actually hurts me to talk in the low voice that I use in my day-to-day life because I'm not used to talking for extended periods of time. I'm not like super energetic. I'm not like really, yeah, let's go, guy. But today, you get visited by the spirit of the voice. Now, when we're looking at New York here, New York is an interesting city. We definitely have pins and stuff like that. I would like a holy site, and that's like a reasonable spot for one. I think I don't want to go less than a +3, and I can harvest that stone because I do have access to masonry. So before I were to go for that holy site, I would definitely want a builder. Now I'm running into a little bit of an issue here, and maybe you guys can kind of see what the issue is. The issue is I have absolutely no idea how I got Hinduism in my cities. Is Hinduism a good religion, though? That is a good question here. Oh, campus and theatre square buildings. It's not bad. And Gurdwaras is okay. That'll help a little bit with the food. Yeah. So, I need to kind of just figure out what I'm going to do with these cities over here. The appeal over here isn't high enough without some serious reworks to really justify anything but like an industrial centre. So I'll probably want a dam somewhere in these cities because if there's a way to tell the floodplains, like yeah, here's like the center of the floodplains because that's where all the negative appeal is. So somewhere here, maybe. Let's see. Do. Aha. Okay. So what if I were to do a dam here, or hear me out. What if I put the dam here, and then I put my aqueducts here, put an industrial zone here. And then I do a sort of similar-ish configuration over on this city. Something like this to use up the river. I'm going to want encampments, I think. Yeah, I think encampments are necessary to defend against Rome. So these are going to be production centers, for sure. That's their goal. But one of these cities is going to be my... One of these cities has to be my government center. That's the thing. And I think it might be Rome. I think I'm going to turn Rome into my home away from home. Although theoretically it would be better if it was Aquileia. Because Rome can grow a high enough population. Maybe Aquileia. Let's look at these cities, right? Rome has, if we take a look at the city, it has reasonably good tiles. It's making 4 production per turn. That's partially just down to loyalty because the loyalty is lowering the yields. And then we take a look at Aquileia. Its baseline production is similar, it just has worse loyalty. So they're kind of similar right now. It's working a lot of 2-2 tiles and a 3-2 tile. It's growing slowly because its yields are crippled. Yeah, so we've got... This loyalty is hurting 75% of my food, so I need the loyalty in here to grow. It's growing reasonably quickly. Okay, so... Aquileia, if I ever go into a dark age, is a city most likely to go into negative loyalty, which tells me that maybe, but here's the thing, it's also the most vulnerable city. It's the one that's most likely to fall to legions. And you know what? Let's make sure we get open borders with Rome to try and improve our relationship. Send him a delegation. He won't take a delegation, but maybe we can improve our relationship with Rome, get open borders. Let's position archers in defense. We'll move the battering ram back to Ostia because we shouldn't need the battering ram for a while. Probably almost actually equally as valid to just delete the battering ram and save 1 gold per turn. But it does upgrade into a siege tower and eventually a medic. So it's not a completely useless unit to keep around. Spending 1 gold per turn, like this thing is going to cost me like 100 gold, maybe 200 gold over the course of the game, just to have the option to have a slightly better military later at the cost of even more gold. So I don't think this is a terrible thing. So I think one of these cities, I want to grow really, really big and make it my government center. And it's probably Aquileia. I'm trying to just like I'm trying to come to a conclusion here. So we have actually a really good carpet of farms. This is a farm there. You put a farm there. Put a farm there, and then we have a whole 2 housing, 4 food, eventually becoming a 8 food, and then eventually a 16 food triangle. So this is a huge battery of food to grow this city, which I think is part of our growth plans, probably our primary plans. The city's going to need a builder, but it never ever wants to build its own builder. We want to make a government plaza. So if I'm thinking about the dam idea, if I put a dam here, I think an aqueduct across the river is valid. And then we put the industrial zone on top of this rice. And then the government plaza. See, here we go. If I put the government plaza here, and then I can put another industrial zone here, and I put another aqueduct here, I now have 2 cities that are extremely high production industrial zones, which again, these are going to be like my unit production cities. I also want to build a commercial hub in Aquilia. So I'll probably do something like put the diplomatic quarter here and eventually a commercial hub here so that this industrial zone is completely surrounded. Now, when I'm talking about priority districts, these two here are priority districts, and then the rest of this will be chopped out. So I definitely want to get Magnus over here and start that process. And so this is my plan for the city of Aquilia, which means I need to get this tile here ASAP, probably once we finish repairing the buildings in here. So I have a little bit of time. I have like just a little bit of time. Over here, you need like builders, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so I'm going to spend some time building up my infrastructure. And then I need to bring archers to garrison good defensive tiles. So I'm being denounced, which is understandable. The city of Aquilia is losing loyalty. When do I get my next governor title? Not for a while. Aquilia is so important. I'm going to move him here, even though it means slightly negative loyalty in Rome. I'm trying to think about how I get out of this situation. My grievances with Rome are decaying, but they're not decaying very fast because I own his capital. So the loyalty problem will get better if I can try to hold. It's not getting better fast enough though. If I chop out population, that would help significantly. So if I do bronze working and I eat this rice, I think that might give me a chance to save the city. I also need to trade for amenities immediately. There's no available luxuries on the market. I need to be checking that literally every turn. So it may be possible that we lose these cities. If it gets to it and we have one turn left on them, I might sell them back to Rome in exchange for some sort of benefit. So I just need Roman cities to not really grow. 8 turns. So the grievances are decaying rapidly. It's the happiness that's a problem. So my lack of amenities. The only thing I have access to is gypsum. Let me have a look here. What's causing negative amenities? The problem is we just don't have enough amenities in these cities. Yeah, we're just low. So I would need a second luxury. And I don't have access to silk, unfortunately. And I don't have the money to buy silk or get a builder over there in time to solve this issue. So ideally, I would be buying it. Now, one stopgap I can do is to chop out population. How much food do I need? 31. I should be able to chop that. No problem here on the rice. Let's start exploring with our local warriors, because we don't really have a use for these warriors. They're not going to be relevant to the next war, if a war happens. And I really don't want a war to happen. I need time, and the game isn't giving me it. There's military tradition. Like, we didn't even have flanking and support bonuses in that war. 8 turns, 10 turns. So, the occupation penalty is coming down. Let's break this farm. Let's see if we can go straight for defensive tactics here. I need another governor title to help stabilize here. God, I could retool this whole thing. Because here's the thing, the government plaza gives 8 loyalty per turn to the city. So if I could get it built and I want it in Aquilia, it would like completely solve my problems. But this city's just having really bad loyalty. So maybe I retool Rome. That requires moving a lot of these pins. Let me go ahead and think about this. Here's what we do. We move one of the industrial zones, one tile to the right. We move the government plaza to here. We delete the diplomatic quarter. This becomes an industrial zone, I think. This becomes an aqueduct. We delete this. And then this doesn't have to be a commercial hub, but it's kind of where we have it planned right now. I guess I'll just move it to here for now. I guess a diplomatic quarter would go there. The crap thing is that we're erasing a bunch of really good farm tiles. So maybe what we do is we put the industrial zone there. Okay, now I'm starting to see like a pathway out of this. We put the aqueduct there. We delete this pin. We get to keep the farm triangle in this city so it can continue to grow. And in fact, it actually has 2 viable farm triangles here. One here and one here. I just need to get them repaired and rebuilt. And then I need to find a place for the diplomatic quarter. So where is the diplo quarter going to go? The dam needs to move. No, I've changed my mind. We're going to go back to the old plan. We're going to stick it out, try to make it work. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's life. But I preferred this plan. So this just worked better for me, I think. Now, I think what Rome can do to help in this situation is build me builders. Because I need to improve tiles to improve my empire. Because my empire's quality is just really low right now. Goddamn scouts running around inside my enemy's borders causing me issues. I want to scout Rome's land. I'm pretty sure he's only on 2 cities. If he's on more than 2 cities, we might have a problem. But I think we're going to be fine. I want you to tank the hits from this warrior if possible. Hopefully the warrior will attack my guy and I can fortify him on defensive terrain while I shoot with my archer to soften him up. We did get our first holy site. God, what I would give to build the government plaza here in Washington. Is that what I do? Do I go government plaza? You know what? I think I do. That's my best path. I know I want the loyalty and like these cities to be that thing. But like I can literally build a government plaza in 3 turns in here. Why would I ever turn that down? God, this is just such a better plan though. I think of the long term. This just works out so much better for me. But like short term, if I get the government plaza down and I build my settler building, because I have like massive map control and scouting ability, I could get so many cities, make so many national parks, make so much progress towards a victory in general. Like it would be insane. Let's harvest this, boom. That'll force the population to 4, up from 3, which should be another chunk of loyalty. So now the loyalty is only barely falling, and that should also provide extra loyalty to Rome. So I've stabilized loyalty in here, at least for now. God damn it, this is such a tough choice. Do I continue? What do I do in Washington? What do I do in Washington? Here's the thing. I think I stick to the plan and I send builders south. It's a more interesting way to play the game. And I think that's my call there. It would be better to build the government plaza right now in Washington and start reaping the benefits of it. But it's a more interesting game if I go a different route. Now, this city's about to hit its growth limit. It's at 4 out of 6 population. At 5, it'll get a half reduction to its growth. So we're going to hit up a granary now so we can continue to grow the city. We're also going to need some tile improvements and stuff like that. But I want to be careful about how I improve the tile so I don't reduce the benefit of stone over here. So I also want a trader and a builder. So looking at the city of Ostia, this is definitely like a builder kind of city. It is disloyal, but it is regaining loyalty. So I think my problems are a little bit overstated. I know that we've spent like literally 20 minutes doing like 3 turns here, but I feel much more confident moving forward now that I know what I'm doing and what I've decided. We have bronze working, so we can harvest rainforest. We are going to need to unlock currency and stuff like that. Now, did we hit any iron? We hit 1 copy of iron over here, which is in a really unfortunate position because it's going to hurt my appeal over here, which I don't want. So I'm going to have to accept that and improve that eventually. What is my long-term and short-term? I think my short-term goal is to get the mathematics. Probably the thing that changes the game for me. Let's go ahead and spend some time repairing farms with this builder because he's a 1-charge builder, so it's the best thing to do with him rather than waste him and his existence. You know, give him a purpose in life. That's what everyone wants. They just want a purpose, man. They just want to do something, want to feel like they belong. Okay, we're good here. Repair, getting a little bit oh, we can escape this, I think. I should have healed up before I went adventuring. Okay. Note to self, don't run around on 0 health. We found more city-states. That's good. We found Zanzibar. Okay, so here comes Hinduism from Vietnam. We got a promotion. There's riding. Okay, boom, you're battle cried. Step forward, shoot. You should really take the garrison promotion. I have volley and arrow storm and stuff like that. Now, Rome likes me just enough because I have so many cities. Now, he hates me a lot, but these grievances are coming down. Loyalty is improving. Loyalty is still negative here, but that's okay. This city should start taking less loyalty penalties soon. Perfect. So I think this city needs a granary because it's hard stuck at 2 population. So I need to build a granary in here. And I'll probably harvest the stone for that granary to get it sooner. Unless there's something else important that I really need. Probably a granary monument is the thing to do. Just keep things churning. So me and Rome, we're not best friends, but we're not mortal enemies anymore, which is kind of an interesting position to be in, where the neighbor who you just stole 3 cities from doesn't actually completely hate you. I mean, he hates me, but at the very least, he's willing to normalize diplomatic relations. I think an envoy to the Vatican City here would be pretty good. It would help me a lot because I am going for holy sites. The Gurdwara is a nice one. That's an extra housing that I can pick up later. So it was a choice here of whether or not I defend or go on the offensive. And I think going on the offensive has had like good consequences for me. Let's go ahead and promote you with garrison so that you can shoot from your thing better. Now, it's really scary to be heading into a dark age with grievances on a city. So I need to like figure something out in terms of what the hell do I do for era score. I don't remember where my era score tracker is. Do I not have real era tracker installed? I'll have to make sure I check that one out. Hold on. Yeah, I must not have real era score tracker in, so it's going to be hard. I need to pick up 3 era score. I think part of that era score could be finishing a horseman. I'm not in a rush to do that. Let's go ahead and harvest this to finish that a little bit faster. I still want to continue with this plan. It's like my goal is to get this to work. My gold is incredibly precious, so I do need to be careful with that because every ounce of gold has like a purpose. It would be nice to sell luxuries to the AI. It would be nice to buy luxuries. Rome will buy 200 gold worth of horses, which might seem like an insane thing for me to do, but damn do I need that money because it'll open up tile purchasing for me. And opening up tile purchasing has consequences like here, where I can get access to silk. And getting access to silk is a game changer. We got our holy site in New Orleans. The city definitely needs a granary to continue growing. I also need to change my government next time I cycle through. Let's repair this and then sell off my spare copy of gypsum. Rome will pay quite tidily 7 gold per turn for that. That's pretty damn good. So this archer here is a problem. I'll need another archer to deal with it. If I meet more people, find more city-states, all that kind of stuff, I will get more era score. So I'm going to explore relatively aggressively here, even though I already talked about how I don't want to be doing that. Rome did just denounce me, so he could be looking for a war soon, which I don't blame him. Let's put this trader into Cume and trade home, so I have a nice road running down the center of my empire. That warrior is in like the perfect annoying position. I can step over and make my way towards this silk. So there's a lot of barbs on the map that are going to be coming for me, especially because there's a barb camp to my north and I live in the north, which is where barbs come from in Civ for some reason. Currency and games and recreation, so we could change our government now. I definitely need to keep conscription plugged in. I don't need a GOG. I do need Limitanii. I think I'm trying to improve the empire I have, so getting builder production would be good. So I'd like to pick up extra... What am I going to say here? I'd like to pick up a little bit of extra food and production in this city just to get it going a little bit more. And I also want the road. So I'm going to trade with New York. Even though New York isn't like the most amazing location to trade with, it gives me a decent road. And it does give me the one food, one production that I'm looking for. I just need to discover someone or something, a piece of land, anything. Literally anything would maybe push me over the border here. I'm trying to think, how do I get era score? Building a unit is 1. Like, it'll help. 2 era score from horses. I need 1 era score. Maybe if I can kill this barb camp in 5 turns, if I throw myself at it, I might be able to do it. And that would do it. So basically, do I want to build a watermill in the city of Washington? I probably don't. What I actually want to do is finish defensive tactics. Well, I'm going to finish mysticism and then go for defensive tactics. I'll put 1 turn into a watermill, I think, but then I'm going to go for the preserve because that was part of my opening strategy and I'm only now getting to it. Looking at the monument in Aquilia, man, I'm really not getting the benefit of America's abilities right now. We got our monument in here. We want to place our government plaza ASAP. There it is. It's 14 turns away. The city needs builders big time and it needs Magnus established in it. So the second I have access to Magnus, he's going in that city. And then we're going to basically just like completely harvest it dry. Like not a single tile will be left unimproved or harvested. It'll be light on production, but that'll be okay. We'll get production from elsewhere. Just 1 era score. That's all I need. I could have hit that. If I had hit that tribal village, I would have done it actually. If I had been thinking, I would have done that. So the problem is this number of units is unignorable. Improving the iron would have done it. Can I buy a builder? Buy a builder. I need 25. I need like 50 gold. So let me see what I can do. Yeah, I'll take 100. I'll take 100 immediate gold. Sure. Sell off my last copy of a luxury. It's fine. But I will get the iron online and the iron will give me the era score to survive this era without a dark age. I don't care if I get a golden age. I just can't survive a dark age. Okay, the pastures in here are coming online. That's good. Let's get that plantation. That'll make up for the amenities, I guess, that I just lost. So I think we've secured ourselves a normal age. And unfortunately, Scotland has denounced me, so I can't walk through their territory. So Barbarian crossbowmen are on their cards now, which, you know, that's my favorite thing ever. You know, I'm a big fan of that. Problem is the barbs are out-teching me because of Scotland. Scotland's been an absolute jerk this game. Yeah, just been a massive, massive jerk. We got a builder in here, so that's pasture, pasture, pasture. So if we think about the city of Ostia, what does it do? Honestly, I think it spams builders because there are no really good districts in here. It probably gets an aqueduct just to grow and work more tiles. So that'll be on the cards later on. So once you get me 2 archers and a builder, and we'll see about where we stand. I know I just plugged out a GOG. Loyalty is still an issue in here, but we're okay. The grievances penalty is coming down. The pressure from nearby cities is coming down. We're fine. Okay, I think we're stable. Now, the only thing that can break this is if Rome declares war on me. If Rome declares war on me, I think, oh, he's actually used up all his military. Maybe attacking a city-state. I guess he attacked a city-state or he went bankrupt. One of the two. So his military is non-existent, which is like really, really good news for me. Let's get that iron improved. Boom. There's the 1 era score from improving a strategic for the first time. That's perfect. Amazing. Let's place the pasture. Let's hide these pins because they're kind of annoying and visually difficult. Okay, we found Eleanor as well. So that was another era score that we were sitting in the bank. So we didn't have to sell off that luxury, but we did it just to be safe. I'm feeling pretty good about my status here. Ooh, we do have a really high appeal tile, but it's about to get destroyed because he's about to pillage this goddamn district, which is frustrating and annoying that like he picked the exact moment to come in here and ruin my day. That's life, baby. I do like this +1 food from unimproved tiles adjacent to pasture. That's actually a cool little mechanic that I like a lot. That's in the mod pack. So when I look at the city of Rome, I definitely feel like encampment is in its future. So I'll place the encampment. And I also see a commercial hub. So I think we can safely jump over here. And I don't like that right-clicking destroys pins. I really don't, because I like to have the pins up as I move units around, and I tend to delete them by accident. I don't know if that was like a new change, but I hate it. Because I don't think I've ever been able to right-click pins before. Maybe I'm misremembering. But yeah, I definitely want to go ahead and pick up commercial hubs. Commercial hubs would be really, really nice. It would give me a trade route. It would allow me to build up the economy in here. Maybe I chop out ancient walls. This city needs like a round of chopping. I think getting the encampment up would help with my military production, which is kind of the goal of that city. Let's place the holy site. So you got your granary, you got your monument, you're expanding your borders. It's all looking fine. We got the watermill in Washington. Let's swap this tile and then go ahead and start the preserve. It's not a great preserve. It's only +1 housing, but that's not important. What is important is that we're getting the preserve early. I'm trying to make early preserve. Every time I try this build, I get a wacky game. Literally, all I want to do is settle 3 cities, build 3 holy sites, and then build 2 preserves. Like, am I really asking for too much? I really don't feel like I am. But it's every single time I attempt this build, something wacky and crazy happens. It's the medieval era. It's turn 88. Progress is okay. I need this crossbowman to die. I think I can eat a shot from this crossbowman if I stay fortified on both of these. Yeah, everything is looking okay. I reckon free inquiry is an okay thing to pick up. We're on civics. We just got Magnus. Let's go ahead and appoint Magnus into Rome. Let's harvest this one to force the city to grow. By forcing the city to grow, it works more tiles, which means in theory it builds stuff faster. I think I want to unlock engineering now as a priority thing. I want to go for recorded history to get another governor title. Magnus in Rome first. Actually, do you know what? I need builders, man. I need builders and I need Liang in Ostia. That's what I need. I've got a 2-charge builder here who has absolutely no safe routes anywhere. Jesus Christ. Oh, my holy site got pillaged. Jesus. I'll vote for myself once because that's all that requires, and I will make Hinduism stronger. Sure. Hinduism is the religion I currently hold, so, you know, I'm fine with that continuing to spread. Perfect. Crossbowman is dead, so that problem is alleviated. He killed my holy site, which I'm devastated about. Archer popped back for a heal. Go ahead and attack him. I probably could have killed him. 1 envoy, yes, to Buenos Aires, please. One of the major upsides of the Barbarian clans mode is that Barbarian sites automatically just go away over time because they turn into city-states, and that just isn't true if you have that disabled. So that's like a benefit that I really, really like from that, but it just makes the game way too easy. No, an emergency against me is actually just game over, I think. Okay, so it failed. That's good. The only person who voted it up was Rome. Everyone else voted it down. That's perfect. So that worked out perfectly for me. Yeah, we've got issues. We've got major barbarian issues and no real way to deal with them because I just don't have the military units. This is too much coming at me. This is why I like disabling barbs on a Highlands map. Hello, Persia. Nice to meet you. They pillaged my mine as well. All right. But, you know, like, barbarians don't spawn too much, for sure. I think the thing is, I wouldn't be so mad about barbs, but the problem is they beeline the player and ignore the AI. Like, they just come straight for players. It's the only thing that really bothers me about it, is that there isn't really a way to stop them coming for you. I think I've made bad choices here as well, in terms of managing my empire, and that's definitely holding me back. Like I should have built my government plaza in Washington and spammed out a whole bunch of builders and settlers. But instead I went for this kind of weird build, and now it's all coming back to bite me in the ass because I forgot that creativity gets punished in Civ, right? If you try to do something different than creative, you get reminded of why there's an optimal way to play the game. And it's that you get punished by barbs and you get punished by the AI. But that's okay. Look, we're fine. Okay, look, we've got science, we've got culture, we've got potential. That's the thing. That's all we need is potential. Now, a 7-turn grove kind of feels interesting. But honestly, settlers just have a way better return on investment. Like, I don't know why I'm not building settlers. Every time I try to do something creative, the game just like, nope, you're not allowed. And I've spawned with such terrible land on this Highland map. I feel like I got screwed in like many, many different dimensions this game. But hey, that's Civ, man. Sometimes the RNG gods are just not in your favor. And I think it can be a little bit more interesting to watch someone struggle than to watch someone dominate every single game. So this is definitely a struggle game. I'm hoping that I can pull it out. So in terms of government building, the city needs builders. Let's go ahead and appoint Liang in Ostia. Boom. And then we'll switch to mass builder production in Ostia. So my entire empire will be improved from this city. Slowly but surely build me an ancestral hall. I need to get like a stream of builders down to the city. You can kind of see how I'm being just completely devastated and pulled in so many directions. Like, is there even a point in me building districts right now? What I need to do is control the world. Right? I need to build more. Yeah, it's just so optimal. It's just so optimal to build more cities and more things. This sort of build that I'm doing only really works in multiplayer, where everyone else doesn't have like a giga bonuses to their economy and can like crank out an insane number of things. So we're going to send 2 builders down south to Aquilia and then reassign Magnus to Aquilia and then assign Victor to Rome. Pick up mathematics. It's a 1-turn thing. Feudalism next, so builder charges are going to be a big deal. You know, if I had waited and timed things slightly better, maybe this would have worked out slightly better, but it's okay. I'm going to go ahead and build ancient walls in here. Again, why am I building anything but settlers? Like, really, why am I building anything but settlers? Like, it seems so pointless. It seems so pointless to do anything creative or, you know, fun. Just seems like it's... it gets completely stamped out. Sometimes, like, I think a lot of what I'm trying to do here could have worked. It was the early war with Rome. Rome screwed me. They completely screwed me this game. There's Man-at-Arms. And now Scotland and Vietnam are screwing me with their exceptionally high technology rate. I think I need machinery to survive. All of my money needs to be going into getting crossbowmen. So, like, to put this in perspective, I built a builder, then hard built another builder, and then chopped it out, okay? And that got me 8 usable build charges in the city of Aquilia. When I get feudalism and Liang working together, I will get 6 of those charges. Just for building builders. So whatever this maneuver here that I just did in Rome was like super inefficient. And I should not have done it. So I'm kind of like relearning. So this is one of the things that happens when you try to be, when you try to do things different, you start to like, you see, okay, this is why nobody does this. And you learn, you do a lot of learning very quickly, or you lose. Those are your options, learn quick or lose. Now, the nice thing is the city of Arretium is actually blocked off from the rest of Rome's empire, and we have access to a lot of land. Honestly, just like an entire carpet of farms here to the south, seems like it could be a great way to get Aquilia into a fantastic growth position. There will be 3 mines here, though. That'll be a priority. We're constantly in the state of stabilizing. That's how I feel about this game right now. We're constantly trying to get to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm not immediately dead. That's how this game feels right now. And I still feel like I'm dead right now. But that is changing. The city of New Orleans is honestly just so terrible. I guess it makes me nice science and culture, but like it has no production. I should never have settled this city. This city was a terrible city. I was trying to make a meme. I should stick to the basics. The basics of Civ is you settle for good cities. Yeah, okay. But I think this is important to experiment and try new things. Because on the other hand, if you do the same thing over and over and over again, you might never discover an optimal way to do things that are slightly different. I don't actually need faith right now. That's like a long-term goal thing. So it would be nice to have the Gurdwara. So what the hell does this city do to improve itself? There's very little it can actually do. So like an extra builder or 2 is probably not the worst thing ever. Like, how far away is this barb camp that came to attack me from over here? It's got to be so far that it's like insane. Like genuinely crazy, because I don't see a barb camp, and look how how far away they beelined to my cities. Now 2 turns until Magnus is established in here. Now the worst thing that could happen to me right now is if Rome declared war on me and killed these builders before I got to build up Aquilia. That would be genuinely devastating. And I'm always a big fan of trying to predict my own downfall. Like, you know, here's a worst case scenario, because there's always like the moment there when I predicted my like the absolute worst thing that could happen, and then it happens, and then I can be like, well, look, you know, there it is. Now, Upsunder Hollow is kind of slightly exciting here because that's something we can expand towards, and there is fresh water nearby, so we could do like preserve stuff around it. That could be fun because we are trying to go for a culture game. Believe it or not, this is supposed to be a culture game, even though it looks nothing like a culture game in any stretch of the imagination. So we're super behind curve right now. That's what I'll say, is that we are like insanely behind curve. And I think settling is our way out of it. Appeal over here is relatively good. There is coastal water, not fresh water, so that's unfortunate. I could theoretically get fresh water in this city if I settled here and aqueducted to here. And fresh water is that important that I would consider doing this. 1, 2, 3. Then the closest I could settle a city would be there. Also, can I just point out that all of the luxuries I got are mine-based luxuries, which lower appeal. God damn it. So Magnus is established in Aquileia. Let's go ahead and now giga boost the population in here. Chop. 6 population. Chop. 7 population. So it's working super overtime right now. That's the power of chopping jungle. The unfortunate thing is you don't have much production to actually work after that. And we also got our +1... we got the free builder upon settling card now. Let's go ahead and grab the Diplo quarter. Ooh, I'd meant to chop this first. I'll take a moment to pick up a granary, I guess. In terms of governor, I think I need to go for Pingala, and I need to like put it in New Orleans, weirdly enough, just like as a 1-drop. I also really need Reina. No, I need Pingala. The Pingala delay too also screwed me this game. There's just so many things that like lowered, that like completely crippled my curve. And what I mean by curve, it's like the rate at which my empire gets more powerful was like extremely stunted. But now that we're on track, we're on track for a recovery. That's what this entire episode has been me trying to stabilize. Now we can get the feudalism cards, we can plug in serfdom. We can also theoretically change our government to something a little bit more friendly, like autocracy, which would help out my capital city, my new capital city, basically. 50% production towards settlers, serfdom, keep Limitanii. Boom, boom, boom. So we've took the corner on 2 wheels, and now we're curved. Now we're curving into better things, because now we can spam settlers. Now we can spam builders. Yeah, okay, so that's good. That's good. Take that camp. There's 3 era score and a little bit of gold. Fine. I've got 500 gold in the bank, and I want to use it for crossbows because I need to have 2 crossbows down here in Rome and Aquileia. Where the hell did these barbs come from? I'm actually baffled. Now, the cool thing is you can work mountains in this mod. Like, it is viable, and especially if they're high appeal tiles or they're beside forests. You know, these are like having super specialists, right? 2 science, 2 culture. As of Erica, this is like an interesting game. So like the things are opening up. I'm feeling much more confident about the position that we're in terms of gameplay. I'm going to go harvest that. So feudalism is usually the turning point for my empire. Like around turn 100, there's a reason that turn 100 is about when I get feudalism. And like if you ever look at the graph of my games, around turn 200 is like when things start to turn around. And there's a reason for that. It's feudalism. It's always feudalism. And sometimes I find myself asking the question, what is socialism? And I always just come back to the answer that it's definitely not feudalism. Okay, so let's harvest the tile with the diplomatic quarter, continue to force the city's population up. We're 1 more jungle chop from 8 pop. This is also another really good use of jungle chopping. We're going to get the diplomatic quarter here. So now trade routes scale really well off of being sent to my capital, my quote-unquote new capital in Aquileia. We'll go ahead and harvest this rainforest and this forest. There's the diplomatic quarter instantaneously finished. We will go ahead and place the consulate. Well, do I need this right now? I mean, the earlier I get it, the better. It produces a yield that you can get nowhere else. That's the important thing on that one. Somewhere over here in this wasteland is the enemy that I seek. God, these open plains, ranges and stuff like that is just not conducive to the plan that I want to be doing here. I kind of like this banana-shaped thing. I don't know. It kind of makes me think of like a banana with a face, like a cartoon character or something. I don't know. I can't fully describe what it is though. Like, how do you get into this situation? You're on Auto Explore, bro. How did you get here? Like, look at this guy. He literally Giga Chad explored he circumnavigated the Earth north to south. What are you doing? You're caught in a mountain pass surrounded by a bunch of like random ass military units. Be better, okay? Be better. Oh, there's actually a war going on. Interesting. Let's go ahead and take the Battlecry promotion. Battlecry is just the better promotion in my opinion. It's more general. I think taking control of Buenos Aires could reveal a huge amount of the map for me. And it didn't. Well, that's nice. It's always nice for a gamble like that to not pay off at all. This is kind of an interesting tile. I'm pretty sure it's only giving me 2 of each yield rather than a whole bunch of extra random crap. We're checking out this snow. I mean, this snow is of no use to anyone. It's of snow use, one might say. Okay, nice. We got a little bit of error score, and we got machinery. So with machinery, I feel a little bit more confident. Can I swing a mercenaries drop so I could upgrade to crossbowman for half price? I think that would be really, really cool. Now, I think I have found where the barbs are coming from. It's somewhere over here. Let's go ahead and harvest this to get the settler 5 turns sooner. In terms of technology, I think it would be good to pick up apprenticeship. I think it would be good to pick up lumber mills and apprenticeship, because lumber mills are going to factor into my build pretty heavily over the next while. Well, once I reach conservation, lumber mills are going to be like my primary source of production. Until then, it's going to be chopping. All right, I did a little bit of settler scouting, and looking at this land over here, there's like, if I'm thinking about it, right, let's place the pastures, because there's no reason not to have these pastures. Although, then again, they're not necessary. Like, the pastures aren't required. That's the thing about them. They're not like, I don't have to build these pastures. It would probably be okay to put like 3 cities in this area, because I'm going to be going for high appeal areas. So like, one of these cities is going on this freshwater chunk right here. Let's kind of think about, so let me explain the theory of cooperating cities with a national park in between them. So like, the theory here is that if you build a national park, right, we're just going to ignore the reality of the situation, and we're going to kind of have a blank canvas. The perfect situation is that you have something like this. You have a preserve here, a preserve here. You have like something like a entertainment complex or a theater square or a holy site here. And then you have the same thing here. Now, the positioning to make this work from both cities is because a city can't be adjacent to the preserve. Like, the city has to be on one of these 2 tiles. Technically, you could do it from here too, okay? Like, so this here. And there's a way to make this work for 3 cities that I haven't quite figured out yet. And I might, oh yeah, and obviously the other side of this would be that there would be a city here. Like this. So this is the way to make 2 cities cooperate perfectly with a preserve in a thing. And I think there's a way to make this work for 3 cities. So I'm going to go ahead and try figure it out. And I think there's a way to make this work for 2 preserves as well. Like if I were to go, or for 2 national parks, if I were to just extend this national park slightly in both directions, like this. What if I did this? Hold on. Let me think about this a little bit. What if I put yeah. You know, I'm going to think about this off screen. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.